What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel where we get you on the grind and improve your mind. So in today's video, we're going to discuss law number 22 of Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Let's go! Law number 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. When you are the weaker, never fight for honor's sake. Choose surrender instead. Surrender gives you time to recover, time to torment and irritate your conqueror. Time to wait for his power to wane. Do not give him the satisfaction of fighting and defeating you. Surrender first. By turning the other cheek, you infuriate and unsettle him. Make surrender a tool of power. What does this mean?
What this law means is don't try to fight to the death on something against whoever it is. You can let yourself use a surrender or a bend the knee type thing to your advantage, where, let's say, as an example, they're trying to, like with the mask things, right? People are like, you need to be wearing the mask when you're working or whatever. Okay, fine, I surrender, put the mask on, but you have it like down here sometimes or whatever.
That's a good example.
And you use it as a tactic where, okay, fine, I'll wear it, but I'm not going to wear it right because I don't want to wear it. I need to be paid to eat and stuff.
Yeah, so that's me, pretty much. Like, if someone is, like, coming after you and you just kind of, like, step down, like, oh, yeah, cool. They're going to be like, oh, okay. Because then they can't really get their ego boost if, like, of defeating you. You kind of just like, all right, whatever. So then they kind of calm down, they leave you alone. So it's that sort of thing. This is sort of like the basic kind of things that we fight off today. There is a time when you need to learn when to stop. There's a time when it's like, okay, just let it go. And, like, so if you're, like, in an argument with someone and you could feel that no matter what you say, it's not going to get to them, it's pointless, you just say, alright, you're right. Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, there's no need to, you just surrender the conversation, just give it up, because no matter what you do, it's going to be not worth your time and energy. So there needs to be points where you need to learn when to stop, when to surrender, and just give it up. And then eventually that opposite force might just like go away, and they're like, they're not going to find any more satisfaction just trying to come after you. So sometimes it could be a very useful tactic. You need to know when to not let your ego get the best of you, and you need to kind of step down for a second, chill out, and really know what the limit is.
We're going to go into some history. I haven't done a lot of the history because a lot of the history stuff in the last few ones haven't been the greatest, but this one I like because it talks about Greece, and how Athens and Sparta were always rivals. There was a little island that was off of Greece called Melos, and Athens wanted Melos to join them and to join their alliance, but Melos was more loyal to Sparta, and so Melos kept telling Athens that their loyalty to Sparta is like undying or whatever. And they were with Sparta to the end and stuff, and so Athens was like, fine, then we'll just take over you. That's it. And so Athens went and took over Melos, and Sparta didn't care. Sparta didn't come to Melos' aid, and they were, defeated. Sparta surrendered Melos, and but also Melos didn't surrender to Athens and got hurt for it. And so you gotta pick your battles, because you can't gain in an unnecessary fight. That fight was clearly unnecessary, and they got screwed for it. And what they could have done was they could have joined Athens, and once Athens got weaker later on in the timeline, right, they could have actually probably taken over Athens and defeated them and used that land. So you never know what can actually happen. And the thing is that if you stick with your wits, even in an unnecessary situation that won't actually help you, won't give you any value, then you're just going to lose. But if you use it right and you pick your battles and all this other stuff, then you can do anything.
Yeah, there has to be a time when you know that it's just like not worth it, and you have to really be able to choose like how you spend your energy and your time. And if you're in a certain fight, sometimes it's better to just like step down for a second, let the other enemy go, and that's that. Sometimes it is what it is. But you could also use it to your advantage. If like, let's say if you're in a fight with whatever force it is and you use the surrender tactic, that enemy will just kind of calm down and might leave you alone, and like it'll go to another. And then you could use that time to plan something new, or you could choose to forget it and move on. There's all different types of situations you could use this on. But it's also about ego, because the ego doesn't want to give up. You always want to win. Everybody always wants to win every argument. But you see this on Twitter all the time. Like, an argument on Twitter will go, or any social media platform will just go on forever. Both sides are never willing to give up, and no one really learns anything. Or many debates do this as well. In a debate, you'll find often that either side are going to give up their point because they just don't want to be seen as like dumb, or they don't want to be seen as this or that. And no matter how you call them out, even if you're right, no matter what you do, they're not going to stop. So there are some times when it's just pointless and you need to move on to the next topic. So debates can go on forever if the wrong topic is discussed too much, because you get to a point in a debate where you don't get anywhere, and now you're just wasting time of the audience, because now it's just like, okay, just move on to the next topic. Sometimes just give it up, move on to the next. You can save yourself a lot of energy and a lot of time if you use this tactic. So if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, comment your thoughts on it, and any other comments for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and we will see you in the next video.